Okay, when you're ready to paint your trees, you're gonna need the following things. You're gonna need a tray with, this is black watercolor paint. You're gonna need a cup of water. And these are messy mats, but these are new messy mats. So I like to use them so we can practice a little before doing your tree on your painting. So go ahead and move your painting off to the side. That one obviously has some trees on it already, so just ignore that. And the first thing you wanna start with always is put a little bit of water in your watercolor tablet, see that? So that it kind of soaks in. All right, this is a size 0 brush. It's very, very small. So think about the kinds of tree you want. We talked about how Japanese trees often come in from the sides or from above. So I like to start with a thicker line. Note how I'm holding the brush sideways and kind of have it move and wiggle. And as I get further out, it can get thinner and thinner, and then I change to holding the brush straight up and down, okay? And maybe even add in a couple more little branches here and there. If you're having a hard time making smooth lines, it might mean that you just need a little more water in your brush. Try to, even though it's a tiny brush, tap it on the sides so that drips fall back into the water and it's not too drippy wet. Just got that on there, but that's okay, this is the messy mat. And then you'll find that you'll be able to make lines much easier, okay? Think about the kinds of, do you want to have flowers? You know, you could do a bunch of little dots that go around in a circle that can kind of look a little bit like blossoms on the branch. You could do something like that. Just little tiny leaves, little quick dashes here and there can look like little tiny leaves. You could have leaves blowing in the wind as they go that way. If you're thinking of doing more of a willow tree, I often do either coming in from a corner or above, branches that come down and have movement to them like that. And then the leaves of a willow tree are gonna be also facing downwards, okay? And you just do a bunch on either side. Again, I'm holding my brush almost completely upright. I am resting my wrist on the paper to make it nice and steady as I go through. That's another type of fun branch you can do, okay? There's all kinds. In the slides before this, it shows you a bunch of some actual Japanese art, and some come from the bottom corner, and they can get real kind of pointy even, things like that. So take time to practice different types of branches, and you can obviously have more than one kind of tree on yours, and different types of leaves. Maybe this one has bigger leaves that come out like that. I'm getting a little bit of dry brush, which means I'm seeing some holes. That just means I need a little more water, but you can go ahead and adjust that as you go. You can get used to the amount of water to use. Okay, when you feel like you've done enough practice, go ahead and switch to your painting. Same thing, always make sure there's, this is off the camera here, tap it a little in the water, tap it a little here, and then in your ink, and then go ahead and just pick a spot. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do a branch coming from the side of this. So again, starting wider, see how I'm using the width of all the bristles. I'm gonna go ahead and pull that toward the middle, and then I'm gonna adjust as I go, and kind of pull that down. You can be facing down, maybe some branches go up and out. Notice how thin you can get it with this level 0, size 0 brush. It's awesome. Okay. I've had students make little birds in the trees before. That always looks cute. I kind of like the idea of the blowing leaves. It adds some movement to it. Some are on the tree, some are blowing. Yeah, there we go. You can think about the season too. Is it winter? Are there no leaves? Is it spring and there's flowers? Okay. And then again, you can have some branches on one side and some on the other. I'm going to show just one more thing. I also like the idea too, if you want to try it. Maybe something's coming in from above. Maybe we don't even see the branch it's coming from. So kind of hanging low, like a real tall tree. And some can be thicker than others. They can overlap as trees do. And then little leaves on it. The different types of lines and thicknesses of lines really make the picture come together. Okay. I would say try to have a good balance. Do at least, you know, maybe at least three branches or so, or more is fine as well. And when you feel like you've covered your space and have a nice composition, go ahead and put it on the drying rack. You're all set. Okay, have fun.